Hey one, AFM Bio Durajo, whatever you're calling me. I'm back. We're back with round three of the World Chess Championships happening in Singapore. Today we have Grandmaster Gukesh with the white pieces and Grandmaster Dingley Ren with the black pieces. Here we go. Again, tomorrow is a rest round, so we're not going to get anything, no recaps tomorrow. So each time these guys play three games, they get a next day off. Here we go. D4, Knight F6. This is, again, now we go towards more like an Indian game. Knight F3, D4, okay, never not mind. D5, now we could go into the London system with, bishop to F4 is the London, and that's not what we get. We get D4 and C4. D5, C4. So here, this is kind of like transposed into the Queen's Gambit, which is exactly what happens when the Queen's Gambit declined. And here we go. This is something you would never really play. You don't play C takes D, but okay, here we go. C takes D4, E takes D4, and Knight to C3. So now Knight to C3 also puts pressure on the D pawn in the future, but also guards your E file from here. So it guards E4. If Knight ever goes to E4, Knight takes E4, and then you have D takes E4, and you can plant your Knight here. Anyway, this is very, very confusing, but here we go. C3. C6. We got C6, and now, you have a decent pawn structure here. This is a great pawn structure, by the way. For those of you who don't know, I'm an Arena FIDE master. I think we did this in the first round. Anyway, folks, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Here we go. Queen to C2. Great. Now your queen is actually very active, and it's looking at, the H pawn from here, the H7 pawn from here. And, your queen has tensions to go to A4 if wanted. But, yeah, no, your queen's very active. This is great. We got G6. You're looking to plant your bishop here, which, okay, yeah, bishop to G7 is a normal-looking move. We have H3 preventing, knight to G4. And, if knight to G4 comes and, let's say, you got, for example, this pawn wasn't there and the bishop was here, then you're looking at this. Anyway, we got bishop to F5, looking at the queen now, and your queen needs to move. Preferably, queen to D1 is one move, and queen to B2. You would want to play queen to B2 solely because you're looking at the B7 pawn here, which is a free pawn. So Grandmaster Gukesh plays exactly that with queen to B3. We got queen to B6. This has happened thousands of times in games, okay? So this is all normal. Keep in mind of Grandmaster Dingley Ren's time control here, because this is going to be very important. We got G4. Again, you don't have to worry about this tension. If queen were to take, you would just take back with the A pawn, and you're very happy here. Not to mention, you're attacking the bishop. So here we go. Queen takes B3, A takes B3, and we have bishop to C2. Wow. Okay, so now the problem is now Dingley Ren is threatening... Oh, whoops, wrong color. Dingley Ren is threatening the B2 pawn. And, you're just threatening to be up a pawn. So here we go. Grandmaster Gukesh ignores all of that and plays bishop to F4, which is great. Now your bishop is taking the entire dark squares for itself. You are not castling this side, ever. Okay. We get H5 lashing out with H5, which is understandable, but you just play, like I said, rook G1, and now if H takes G, and you're very happy. Okay, here we go. And that's exactly what happens. H takes G4, H takes G4, and your knight can never take back G4, because if it does, you hang a knight. And, you won't be a grandmaster, you will be a Gotham video of how to lose a chess or guess the elo. Anyway, you have knight B to D7, knight to D2, and rook to G8. Okay, cool. So now you're defending your pawns, and no, okay, here we go. We got g5 attacking the knight. The knight is looking very, very out of spot now. Because, okay, yeah, this is... Yeah, now this is a sad knight. Knight to h5 is a very sad knight. You can never come back into the game. So now we got... And then again, the knight was threatening the bishop on f3, f4, but you just drop it back to h2, and now it can never be touched. Rook h8. And you can let this be because, again, the knight is guarding the rook from seeing the bishop. So now you play f3, and now, you know, you're preventing some other moves. Knight drops to g2. Oh, man, this is a horrible position. Why is both your rooks in the back rank? Why is this bishop here? Like, this bishop has never been developed. This knight is just, you know, going in circles, and he's still in the second rank. And, I mean, you push all your pawns, but now you're, like... what, 17 moves into the game, and this is not looking good. And, you know, this bishop has ventured off way too far, and now he's just here. Like, this bishop kind of lost all future. Anyway, here we go. Bishop to g3. Inaccuracy. Bishop to... Sorry, rook to h4. Rook to h5. Now you're looking at the g5 pawn. You want to take that pawn. Grandmaster Gukash says, you know what, go ahead, I'm going to trap your bishop with e5. E4. E4 traps the bishop because now your bishop can never go. You can never take this pawn because knight is guarding this pawn. Here we go. We got d takes e, f takes e, and now we have knight to e6. Okay. And now this bishop's dead. Rook to c1. Rook to c1 and this bishop's gone. Your best try at this point is to just take this pawn on d4, and I hope that's exactly and that's exactly what happens. And your bishop drops to f2. Now, bishop dropping to f2 is now also threatening this. This is also a threat. This is not looking great. So, Grandmaster Dingley Wren plays bishop to g7, defending the knight. However, yeah, you just drop the knight back to e2, and now this pressure is overwhelming. You know, we have one defender against two attackers. Those two attackers are going to win against the defender. Here we go. Knight takes b4. Knight takes b3. Rook takes c1. Knight takes d2, king takes d2. Wow, that is unafraid. Knight to e5, and knight to d4. Okay, so with knight to d4, you technically blocked away this bishop, but, you know, you're also, your own bishop's defending this. And in the future, you want to play bishop to e2 and attack the rook. Let's see how this goes. While Black's main goal right now should just castle and try to first protect the king, or play something like rook to d8 and just put pressure on this knight. That's probably your best bet. And that's exactly what happens. Rook to d8, putting pressure, and king to e2, stepping away from any threats, which is... Yep. So now you put pressure to rook to h2, and this is pressure because, take a look at here, this rook is now attacking the bishop, and if the bishop were ever to move, your king would die. So this is an absolute pin. This is what we call an absolute pin. Here we go. Oh, God. Damn it. Let's go back to where we were. This is the first time you guys ever saw this happen. Okay. We got bishop to g2, just cutting the pin off completely, and now your bishop is a free man and can now go fork these two pieces here with bishop to g3. Dingley just lets it happen. I don't know what a6 was supposed to accomplish either. You can't pay me enough to say that. But again, your bishop doesn't want to move, so you play b3, because if your bishop moves, then you lose knight. Anyway, here we go. Rook d8, rook d7, rook c1, king to e7, rook to d1. Now you have defended your knight. Fantastic. King jumps it back to e8, that was... I don't know why you played king to e7 if you were going to play king to e8 back, but okay, here we go. Yeah, and like I said, the fork, which would be, you know, bishop to g3, and now you're attacking that rook on h2 and the knight on, you know, e3, e4, sorry, e5, and yeah, now your rook has to go back, and now you're putting more pressure with just, you know, your rook goes back to h5, and that's not looking great. Your knight drops back to f3, and now you're double attacking again. 2 attackers, 1 defender. The 2 attackers are most likely going to win. You have knight takes knight, which is knight takes f3, bishop, king takes f3, not even bishop. Wow. Okay. Now we have bishop to d4 attacking the rook on g1. You save it by just offering a rook trade with rook to h1. You shouldn't trade rooks, and yep, just pick up the pawn on g4, g5, and yeah, now this is just nasty. You know, we got bishop to h3, and yeah, your rook all the way on d1's now double attack. D7 is now a double attack, so you need to trade. And sure, you can stop it by playing, you know, f5, but yeah, now this rook's under attack with bishop to f4, and wow, this is sad. Rook to that rook went to h5, I think 3 or 4 times in this game, and you know, Grandmaster Ding Liren lost some time here, but yeah, wow, this is this is kind of sad, but okay. Compared to Grandmaster Ding Liren, Grandmaster Gukesh still had like 9 minutes on the clock. So, wow. Okay. They didn't make it to move 40, which kind of sucks. They made it to move 37. If they made it to move 40 on the move 41, they would get additional time of, I think it's a 40 or half an hour. But you'll get additional time back, and you know, you could have played this out. But yeah, Grandmaster Gukesh is crushing Grandmaster Ding. You know what? Today for you folks, I'm gonna have the eval bar up, and we'll use the eval bar too. Anyway, guys, you know, don't forget to subscribe. Don't come tomorrow to check in on this because there's gonna be no games tomorrow. We're gonna get a game on the 19th of November 19th, and you know, hopefully we have Grandmaster Gukesh win. I really want Grandmaster Gukesh to win this World Championships. You know, and he'll be the second person in India to become the world champion, second to Vishwanath Anand, who is a absolute legend in India. Okay. You know, I will still have a video out for you guys tomorrow, but it's not going to be this recap. The recaps are obviously very fun. They're for mainly for you guys, but also for me if I ever want to come back and say, hey, I want to take a look at who became the world champion, and here we are, instead of... Okay, anyway. Grandmaster Gukesh is doing great. He's almost 2,800. He's like 20 points off. Hopefully, bro can make it to the, you know, 2,800. If he breaks that, great. Although, there's one thing I want to say. Grandmaster Arjun Aragaisti is on fire. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoy this video, and goodbye.